All right? When I tell you, when we're about a minute in, I'm going to get you guys to start pushing your foot down like you're pushing on a pedal. We're going to do that for 10 seconds, and then we're going to pull ourselves a little deeper in the stretch. So we'll just hold this, breathing nice and deep into the stomach. Good. Stay nice and active. All right, let's start pedaling for 10 seconds. So push that foot down, push it down, work at 20%, work your way up to 100, start pushing. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Squeeze that quad and let's pull ourselves a little deeper into the stretch. So drive that hip forward. And again, we're looking down in here, the calf. Okay. We're gonna hold for another 30 here. Squeeze your butt, be nice and tall. Nice big deep breaths. We want to stay active in our flexibility work. We want to teach our body how to pull ourselves into these positions. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Come off. We're going to shake that off. We're going to switch legs. Okay? Same thing. Okay? Come as deep as you can. Think about pulling those toes up. Again, if you're back here, that's fine. As long as you get into stretch in here. You want to be in a comfortable spot. You're not looking for pain. Nice comfortable spot where you can feel resistance as you pull forward. Okay? Lock that leg as much as you can. And when I tell you, we're going to do our pedal. We're going to push. Big deep breaths. 20 seconds and we're going to do our first pedal. Remember, think of pulling those toes up a little bit as you're driving your heel down and hip forward. All right, let's start driving our foot into the ground, pushing nice and hard, push down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Big breath in. Exhale, relax, pull yourself deeper, turn that quad on, drive that hip forward. Let's get ourselves a little deeper in that stretch there. Yeah. Again, we're looking right in here, right at the top of the calf. You should feel some pull in there. If you're a runner, or you do a lot of dynamic sports, you're probably feeling this a lot. Probably not able to get as far as I can, but that's fine. 15 seconds. Eat good, steak out. She said backwoods, kill switches. You eat, take out. Yeah. But I love in red bone. She country thick in that head long. And good. Come on off, shake that off. We're gonna get back on the ground. We're gonna work on our glute. We're gonna work on our piriformis here. So I'm gonna get you to do is you're gonna sit down. We're gonna cross one leg over top of the other. Okay? Important part is when you do this, that your butt doesn't come off the ground. The idea is we want to keep our butt down. So the further you bring your foot to your straight leg, the easier it's going to have your butt down. So we'll pull that up, keep that butt flat on the ground. And what you're going to do is you're going to turn your torso and drive your pelvis forward. And as you do that, pull your knee towards your shoulder and keep butt on the ground. What you're starting to feel is some pulling here in the glutes. That's how you're doing it right. If you're slouching, this is going to be harder to feel, so you want to try to get nice and long, like there's a string pulling your head up, driving your pelvis forward, and pull. Good. We're going to sit here for a good 2 minutes.
when I ran into this one, she would be the red room of my pimping. Knew she'd be the one to make me stop caring about other girls on my jock and getting them.
Big breaths in.
Slow me down, hold me down. I roll with it now, go with it now. I'ma grow with it now, I'ma go get it. That's how I gotta. Don't be mad, you can't get one hotter.
We're just gonna hold. No contractions for here. All I want you to focus on is when you start feeling that tension in your glute, as you're trying to drive pelvis more forward. Big breaths in, drive that butt down, knee towards you. Again, if this is a little too easy for you, just pull your foot closer, as long as you can keep your butt down. 30 more seconds. Big breaths in the stomach. Today, some of the skill work in our flow, we based around being able to fold over, touch your toes. So there's going to be a lot of compression in the hip, hip flexion, hamstring flexibility. Good. Let's shake that off. We're going to switch sides. It's over. Again, keep that butt down. Roll that pelvis up. Think of this big bone in your thigh here, trying to drive into the ground as you're pulling your knee forward. And your pelvis and your hip is drawing forward, which is straightening you out. It's really, you're going to feel right in the back there, almost like there's some pressure, like your bone's pressing up against your glute. We're going to hold this 2 minutes. So all I want you to do is every breath, every exhale out of your stomach, think of relaxing your butt and gravity pulling your butt deeper into the ground. Never met before until I'm overseas on tour and peep this Ethiopian queen from Philly taking classes abroad. She's studying film and photo flash focus record. Says she working on a flick and cut my click through the score. She says she loved my show. If you're up at 9 a.m. this morning getting ready for this class, you're a trooper. 45 more seconds, guys. Remember, just relax. This whole class is to relax.
Time passed, we back in Philly, now she up in my spot. Telling me the things I'm telling of is making her hot. Started building with her constantly.
Allow your nervous system to relax. Tell your body that these positions are fine and that you want it to relax. 15 seconds. And 3, 2, 1. Come out of that. Good. Shake that off. We're now going to go into an internal rotation stretch in our hip. So we're going to get into a 90-90 position. If you see me from the side, it'll look like this. Okay? I'll do it this way. Okay? So we're focusing on our internal rotated leg here. Okay? So I'm going to get you to do this leg. You put in a comfortable position. We're not worried about that. This one is the one we're focusing on. So I'm going to get you to do is I want you to think of keeping your chest upright and you're trying to drive your butt down as you turn towards it. Okay? And what you need there is you need internal rotation for you to be able to do that. Okay? And again, try not to stay upright and slouch into the position. Okay? We want to feel some pressure in here. So stay upright. Back up if you need to. Okay? But as long as that pelvis stays forward and you're actually internally rotating with the femur here, that's the important part. Okay. So just drive, squeeze that butt, and pull yourself into position. We're going to be holding this. When I tell you, we're going to do a P&F contraction. So when I tell you, I want you to drive this foot into the ground like you're going to sweep it this way. Okay? But it's not actually going to move, but you're going to press into the ground and your knee for a period of time, and then we're going to relax and try to get deeper in the stretch. So for right now, just relax, get in there, breathe in the stomach. We're getting that butt down, rolling pelvis forward. Think of arching the back a little bit if you need to. That's a cue you need.
But sometimes I still sit and reminisce and think about the years I was raised.
Relax.
Back in the days when I was young, I'm not.
All right, in about 10 seconds, I'm going to get you to start ramping up, putting pressure into the ground. You're going to work your way up from about 20% pressure to 100. 10 to 20 seconds. We'll do that. Ready? Go. Start ramping up. Pushing foot into the ground, knee into the ground. Push into the ground. Staying upright. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Big breath in. Exhale. Think of that butt falling closer to the ground, still staying upright. Okay? And leaning back, trying to push pelvis forward as you turn that butt down. Relax. Okay, you should be feeling pressure in here. Might even be on the outside a little bit, but here. Okay, if you can sit upright and drive pelvis forward, that's good. If not, sit back. Big breaths in the stomach. So internal rotation in the hip translates into hip flexion and that's actually what we need when we're folding over. We need to be able to flex in our hips and internally rotate so our torso can get pulled underneath. 10 seconds here and we're going to switch. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Turn your torso. We'll slowly come out of this. Okay, we're going to switch legs and shake that off. Face the camera for this one. Okay, so get into that 90-90 position. Okay, get this leg comfortable, whatever you want to do. And let's start squeezing the glute. Let's start pulling it down towards the floor. And we'll relax this leg. Okay, play around with the position. Try to get that pelvis up. Almost like try to drive this femur into your hip rather than separating it and slouching. Try to pull it in. Okay? We'll hold this for a good minute. And when I tell you guys, we're going to add some pressure. And we're going to do a P&F contraction. Quake asked me what kind of music I wanted for this in the morning. We decide on some hip hop, wake you guys up. We know that's what you need. Alright, we're going to start our contraction in 10 seconds here. So get ready, find the position that works for you because you're going to stay in that. And let's start working on it. Start pressing into the ground with that foot and that knee like you're trying to sweep. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Big breath in and relax. Think about turning, pulling that butt down, squeeze and pull yourself a little deeper, and relax. Relax the body. Tell the body it's fine. We're going to hold for another 45 in this position. Remember, try to pull that femur into the hip. Try to pull back as your chest comes up. That'll help flex. 10 seconds here. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Let's turn our torso and we'll slowly come out of that. All right. And we're gonna get into some hamstring work. So, I'm going to show you guys. Actually, I'll turn this way. Position I'm going to get you guys to go into. And if you're on some hardware, hard floor, I'm going to get you to maybe grab a pillow for your knee. Okay? But what we're going to do is we're going to put ourselves into a pike position from a half kneeling position. So I'm going to get your knee sent behind you for one leg. You're going to get this leg forward, and I'm going to get you to roll that pelvis forward, and I'm going to get you to hold on to your leg here. Okay? So when you're in this position, I don't want you like this. So almost think like your belly button's trying to get to your knee. You're trying to stay as far as you can. Your head is as far over as you can past your leg. Okay? From here, I'm going to get you guys to just go limp and sit on top of your thigh. The only thing holding you up is your opposite arm. Okay? And we're going to sit in this position. The technique we're going to use here is we're going to activate our antagonist muscle to turn on the muscle we're trying to stretch. So when I tell you we're going to use our quad to activate our hamstring by pushing back into our position here. So for right now, just relax, okay? Find that position where you can get that pelvis forward. You should already feel a little bit of stretching in here. If you're already flexible, this is probably not enough for you, okay? So if you're already flexible, just think about getting a little further into the stretch. But for most people, we're going to come back here and hold this position. In about 30 seconds, I'm going to get you guys to turn that quad on, and I'm going to get you to use that quad to push your body back and slide back, okay? But holding this position, holding pelvis forward, and you'll feel your brain knows to turn that hamstring on, okay? So we're going to get back in this position, but the important part is make sure that quad turns on. So in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Start sliding yourself back, keeping that pelvis line forward. Even pull your toes up. You could walk yourself back if you're on some carpet. Okay? The further you get into this stretch, it's going to be. And in 5 seconds, I'm going to get you just to go limp and relax in this stretch without your pelvis rolling back. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Think of your torso going limp. The only thing holding you up is this opposite arm. Okay? The more you can rock that pelvis forward, the more of a stretch you're going to start to feel back in here, and that's what we're targeting. Okay? Use that quad to really push, and if you need to, just push a little bit more, but make sure you turn that quad on. That's going to help. You want to use the antagonist muscle here. Big breaths in. Push that heel away from you. Turn that quad on. Kind of push back. Start to feel this have to all turn on right in here. Chest up, almost like arch your back a little bit. Going limp. "30 seconds and we're going to switch. If you need to, just push a little bit more, turn that quad on, push, and go limp. Your torso should be ahead of your hip, almost think of it. Shouldn't be sitting behind you. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly come out of that. We're going to switch legs. I'll do it from the front this time. So again, set up. You're going to get that back leg behind you. Okay? So you're almost leaning forward. We're going to scoop underneath, grab this leg. Make sure you're not on the outside of your thigh. You want to be on top of your thigh. Just like you were folding over. And you're going to hook this arm around that leg. We're going to relax. Okay, 5 seconds, I'm going to get you to go limp. And the only thing holding you up is this support hand. 3, 2, 1, and limp. Okay, if you feel some pressure in the hip and you're impinging a little bit, just work around that. Find a position that works for you. But try not to go on the outside of the thigh. this. Takes 10 big deep breaths, and then we're gonna start our contraction. Into the stomach, into my hip. Exhale. For every breath, think about getting a little deeper. Good. Let's get one more breath in. We're going to start turning our quad on. Turn that quad on. Push your torso away. Push everything away. Good. There we go. If you can't dorsiflex, that's fine. If you can't pull your toes up, that's fine. Keep it flat. In 5 seconds, you're going to go limp in this position. So turn your quad off. 3, 2, 1, and go limp. We're going to hold that. Super important to turn that quad on when we're trying to activate the hamstring. Got to tell the body that's what we're doing. Rather than just falling into position, almost think of pushing yourself into position with your quad. Breath, sinking a little deeper. Gotta really find the position where you're getting a big stretch. Big muscle behind your leg there. Should be closer towards your butt than it is towards your knee for this stretch. "15 seconds we're gonna hold this for. Going limp. Nice big stretch. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Let's come on out of that. Nice and slow. Good. All right. So that's it for the long hold stretching. Now we're going to do some work. We got some workflow to do. So we're going to start off. You're going to stand up. We're going to do some pike folds. Nice relaxed pike folds. So the pike fold, I'll get you to lock your legs. And you incorporate everything that you were just doing. So now we've worked on that internal rotation. So I want you to think to slightly pull your femurs inward, that you're internally rotating those femurs a little bit as you're folding over. So you're gonna fold over, and you're gonna again pull your torso down, nice and relaxed. Even if you can't get to the ground and you're about here, that's fine. Roll back up. We're gonna start with our head. We're gonna do 9 more. We're gonna relax. We're gonna relax our shoulders. Start segmenting our spine. Internally rotating, flexing at the hip, rolling back up. Okay? I'm not going as deep as I can. I'm just going nice and relaxed. Looming up the spine, getting it ready to do some work. Starting to incorporate some of the new positions my hamstring got into. New positions that my hips were getting into. Using that quad to help flex at my hips. Pulling yourself in. We're gonna do 5 more. Nice and relaxed, guys. Big breaths in. Think of each vertebrae of your spine trying to roll. As you're rolling down under, you're trying to pull your belly button towards your knees. Rolling back up. Hey. Got 2 more. One more.
I ain't one to
Well.
complain, but the stains in the game.
And what's your name?
I'm consequently tight, burn like flames.
Well, why's that?
Yeah.
Dream, they got
Hey,
the
relax,
delicate
shake
and the
that
fame.
off.
Don't stress that, cause it's not
We're gonna
in
go
your
into some
bloodstream.
donkey
Your
calf
whole
stuff.
being comes for greatness. You
More
remember,
PNF stuff.
big
So,
songs
we're gonna
like
elevate our
the
feet again.
storms of December, and brothers on the block
What you're gonna
rapping
do
lines like
is
September.
basically we're gonna do that calf stretch, except
Bobby on the avenue,
we're gonna
they be
fold
acting
over
brand new.
into our pike.
Splurging on these Reebok
So we're gonna
drinks,
hold
All of a sudden,
here.
I saw these
What
two
we're gonna
kids
do
frontin',
is we're
talking
gonna,
out their
again,
joints,
we're gonna
but they
pedal
wasn't
into the
saying
ground when I
nothing.
tell
My hand was
you
on my tool,
for
they
5
was acting
seconds,
unruly.
and then we're gonna
Word up,
pull
yo, I
ourselves a
was
little
like,
deeper
caught
into
up,
the
but I
stretch,
swallowed
okay?
my pride to let that nonsense ride.
And to pull
Because
yourselves
the
deeper, I want you to
positive
think
is that
right
negative
after you're
vibe.
pushing to the ground, I want you to think of turning that quad on and using that quad in your hips, having slight internal rotation so that you flex at the hip in your femur and pull yourself deeper into the ground. You shouldn't be pushing your back upwards, okay? So let's get into that stretch. Start hiking on down. Stop wherever you can. Okay, you're gonna feel a big stretch. Don't push it. Only go to about maybe 80% that you can just feel the stretch. You can feel a little bit of a bounce from it. Okay, we'll hold there. When I tell you 5 seconds, push into the ground. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's push into the ground. Push. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Quad on. Pull yourself a little deeper. Big breaths in. Use that internal rotation. Use that flexion of the hip. Use your quad to pull you in. Let the new length of your hamstring let you get there. Let's do it again. Push into the ground. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull yourself a little deeper. Okay? If you can get your hands flat, that's good. Just try to measure yourself. If you're still up here, measure yourself where you're on your leg. Just relax. Okay, let's do it again. Start pushing into the ground. Push. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull. Let's hold 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Roll.
Fast-paced nation, world population confront their frustration. The principles
Let's relax.
have been forsaken.
We're gonna switch legs now. Same thing. Again, if you're up here, that's fine. Don't try to get where I am. Don't try to push yourself into some pain area and think you're stretching. You gotta slowly get your body used to it. So let's start up here. Okay? Let's relax. Let's get that stretch. Think of compression in the hip here. Think of internally rotating a little bit in the thigh there. All right, let's start to pedal. Let's push this foot into the ground. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull yourself deeper. Turn that quad on. Make sure that quad's on. Pull and relax. Good. Good stretching in the calves there. Good. Let's start pushing in the ground again. Push. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull deeper. Use that quad. Good. Relax. If you feel a lot like a stinging feeling, like a burning feeling going up from your nerve, your sciatic nerve, just relax. Just don't go too deep. Maybe come out of it a little bit, or try to stay in the stretch. Okay. Last one. Push in the ground. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. There we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly come out. Good. All right. We're going to do some hamstring work now. Single leg. So we'll get you guys to do. Set up with one leg. Lock that leg out. Back leg doesn't matter. All our weight's here on the front leg. First thing we're going to do is we're going to do a hinge at the hip 10 times. Okay? We're going to load that hamstring up. When I tell you, you're going to pause at your bottom position at the 10 rep mark. So let's go ahead and start doing that. Okay, incorporate everything you just learned, right? Turn that quad on, compression at the hip, right? Don't roll that pelvis backwards and start doing this. Roll it forward, get that back, even arch your back a little bit, get into the hamstring. Come on back up. That's 1.
Ain't no need to question the
2.
authority. Chairman of the board.
3.
You got minds to sway in your direction.
4.
Hey, you're like a hip hop song.
5.
Need an apple bum, you gotta put me on.
6. Again, add a little internal rotation in there. You really flex at the hip, you'll start to feel it a little more. A lot of people forget about internal rotation, and we're always worried about driving knees out and externally rotating, you know, in our squat and whatnot. You forget how important it is to flex at the hip, being able to internally rotate. So a lot of people miss up on the squat. Now let's go 2 more. Last one. Squeeze that quad, pull yourself, and let's pause. Okay. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna pull ourselves a little bit deeper just to get a little bit more of a stretch. Keep that pelvis roll forward, don't roll it back, okay? And we're gonna bounce, okay? We're gonna bounce 25 times. From this position, under, and you're gonna use momentum to pull yourself under. So you go 1, 2, 3, just like that. Ready? Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Good. Can't believe how on beat I was on that. All right. Let's switch legs. I'll face the camera for this. Hey. Lock the front leg. Back leg doesn't matter. It's just for balance. Okay. Lock that leg. Let's load up that hamstring. Hinge. 1. 2. 3. Compression in the hip. 4. Arch that back, push that hip back. 5. Don't worry about how deep you can go. Get a stretch, load the hamstring, turn that quad on, internally rotate slightly, just so you can flex at your hip. 7. Let's do 3 more. 2 more. Remember, on the last one, we're gonna pause. 1 more. Pause. Let's hold there for a sec. Okay? Again, you should feel your quad on. If you touch your quad, it should be rock solid. Hamstring should be stretching. And from here, we're just gonna pull ourselves a little deeper using that quad and the hip flexion. And we're gonna bounce. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Let's bounce. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Good. Roll back up. Let's shake that off. All right. Now we're going to work on compression in the hip, in the abdomen, and we're going to get into a seated position. So we're going to get into a seated pike position for this. So you're going to do, you're going to sit upright like this. If you can't do this and sit upright, go ahead and get that wedge or stack of books you had and elevate your butt until you can sit upright, okay? All we're gonna do is work on compressing at the hip. So I want you to think you have something here where your abdomen is, and your hip is, and you're trying to squish it. You're trying to compress and push into the ground, not roll back underneath and have all this space here. So imagine you got this stick along your pelvis line or hip line, and you're trying to pull yourself forward, but compress and push into that stick and hold it there. We're gonna pull ourselves into a pike, seated pike, hold for 5 seconds, okay? We're gonna do that 5 times, and then we'll go into the next exercise. Okay, ready? So if you're elevated, you're ready, and let's pull ourselves in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll back. Let's Good. Try not to grab onto anything and pull yourself in. Just use your quads, use your hips to do this. Turn those quads on. Let's get rep number 2. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll back. Okay, 3 more. Pull yourselves in. 8, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Should really feel this in the quads and the hip, because now gravity's not helping us out. We're not using any support. We're just pulling ourselves using quads and hips. Let's do 2 more. Pull and pull. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Last one. Remember, compress, squish, roll that pelvis forward. Pull. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and good, and relax. Okay, from there, we're gonna reverse it. So we're actually gonna pull ourselves into a pike position already. So we're gonna pull our feet in. Make sure you can slide or walk yourselves out for this. You're gonna roll that pelvis line forward. You're gonna keep feet together. You're gonna wrap arms around. You're gonna make sure belly button is as high on your leg as you can, as well as chest up as high as you can, and you're holding compression. From here, we're gonna start straightening out our legs, trying to stay compressed, and we're gonna hold for 5 seconds, come back up. We're gonna do that 5 times. Ready? So remember, think of a little bit of internal rotation to help with the flexion, okay? So think of femurs rotating in slightly. Ready? Now let's go. Walk yourselves out. Hold compression. Get as far as you can. Point your toes if you need to. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Okay. Try to keep that pencil in your hip squished. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Walk back. So again. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Walk back. Hey. Hold on. So again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And again, keep those knees together. Internally rotated, slide. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Shake that off. Good job. We're gonna do that one more time. The whole thing. So shake that off. So remember, still breathing techniques. When we're breathing in our stomach. Compression. By compression, I mean every position you're in, you should be getting that torso on top of your thigh, not behind your hip. Okay? Compress. Push into your thigh. Okay? Let's do it again. So we're gonna get into a seated position. Legs straight. Quads are on. Point your toes. Remember, we're not grabbing on anything. Ready? And let's pull ourselves forward. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go back. Relax. Pull yourselves in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Remember, we're trying to squish right here and pull. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 more. Let's pull ourselves in. Use that hip, use those hips compressed. 3, 2, 1. Good. Measuring where your hands are. Remember, it's fine if you're here as long as you're rolling your pelvis with you and you're not shooting back to do this. Last one. Pull, 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 pull. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Take a breath. Okay, we're gonna finish with compression. Grabbing our legs, or slide our feet out. Remember, roll chest up, roll pelvis forward. This music is dope. Little internal rotation here. Flex at our hip. Ready? And go. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Roll back. Good. Let's do it again. Flex at the hip. Keep chest up. Walk yourself or slide if you can. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll back. 3 more, guys. And go. 3, 2, 1. Keep that compression. Turn those quads on. Compress. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one. As deep as you can. Push. Stay as close as you can. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Slide back and relax. All right, we're gonna go to our last sequence. What we're gonna do is we're gonna do 2 exercises. We're gonna stay seated pike again. This time we're just gonna work on the flexion of our hip by a leg lift, and then we're gonna stand up and do a pike fold, okay? And we're gonna see, and you can write in the comments who's able to touch their toes now. All right, so you're gonna do, again, it's fine if you need to be seated, that's fine. You're gonna lock your legs, you're gonna point your toes, slight separation, pelvis line forward. We're not rolled back and trying to use a swinging effect by rolling back. Roll that pelvis line forward, and we're gonna lift, and we're gonna hold for a few seconds, okay? So we're gonna do this, okay? So all the pressure should be here. You're compressed, and then you lift, okay? So you're gonna use that quad and hip flexion. Ready? 3, 2, 1. We're gonna do a first rep, pick up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. If you feel some like cramping in the quad, that's good. Your body's not used to have to use it for this, so it's good. Okay, let's go again. Pick up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down. Relax. Good. And roll pelvis line forward. Chest up. Let's pick up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Let's relax. 2 more. Drive pelvis line forward. Try to keep it there. Try to stay compressed. You'll fall back a little bit, but do your best. Okay? Up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good. Let's shake that off. We'll switch. Let's do the other leg. Hey. Point toe. Ready? Flex at the hip. Pick it up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Relax. Let's do it again. Squeeze that quad. Flex at your hip. Up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Relax. Shake it. Let's do it again. And up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Let's get 2 more in, guys. Roll that pelvis line forward. Almost like you're hinging a little bit. Ready? Pick up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Relax. Try to feel that hip. Even slightly, again, slightly internal rotating the femur. Easier to flex at your hip that way. Internal rotation, your body shouldn't turn in, just slightly the femur. Not even your whole foot. Your toes shouldn't move, just the femur. Ready? Last one. Roll pelvis line forward. Flex at your hip. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Good. All right, we're gonna stand up, and we're gonna use all those techniques to pull our body down into a pike fold. So wherever you get to, have something that you can kind of rest your hands on if you have yoga blocks or that stack of books that you got. So for this, I'll show you with this. All those techniques we just did, I'm gonna get you to use that. Internally rotate slightly in the hip, okay? You're gonna fold on down, just like those relaxed pike folds. You're gonna pull yourself in, just like you did. Imagine you're trying to lift your legs towards your torso. So you're using those quads and the hips to pull you in. We're gonna hold for 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're gonna roll back up, okay? Idea I wanna see, Who is it that they can touch their toes? Get to your toes, pull yourself in. Don't shoot your back up. Pull your torso underneath your hip. Ready? We're gonna do 5 reps, holding for 5 seconds. Nice, take your time. Remember, breathe. Flex the hip, turn the quads on. Slight internal rotation, roll back down. Roll, 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 roll. There we go, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll back up. Use those quads. Down. Roll. Slight internal rotation. Flex of the hip. Feel your quads. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll back up. Nice and slow. Feel your hamstrings. Feel the calf muscles that we were stretching out. Use all your new ranges that you acquired during the workout. Take your time. When you get to about here and you feel like you're starting to restrict, turn those quads on. Use a hip. Think about pulling your leg toward your torso. Pull. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll back up. Your leg should be cramping up just like it was during the leg lifts. Let's do 2 more. Roll back down. Let's go. Pull yourself in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll back up. Big breaths in. Take your time. Nice and slow. Let's go. Last one. Internal rotation. Flex at your hip. Go ahead. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll back up. And relax. Take a little break. Shake it off. We're going to do 1 more round of that sequence. Everything we're doing is the same and incorporated. The amount of quads you should be feeling right now and in your hip when you're lifting these legs is the same amount of quads you should be feeling when you're folding over and pulling yourselves into new positions, okay? So that was the first round. Let's see if we can get a little deeper in the second round. Again, you can make comments to Don and Tony, seeing if you're able to touch your toes. That's the goal. If you can touch your toes, getting hands on the ground. If you can get your hands on the ground, palms on the ground. Closer your palms are to your feet, the harder it gets, okay? The more flexibility you've acquired. All right, you guys ready? You're in your seated pike position. Turn the quad on, compress, and let's pull. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down. Should be easier this time around. You probably have a little bit less cramping, right? Slight internal rotation, flex at the hip, pull yourselves up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. You should feel it all the way up. Again, we're using our hip as well, right? Internal rotate, flex of the hip, turn that quad on, pull yourselves in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. And if you're struggling and you're not getting your leg off the ground, that's completely fine. Just the feeling like you're trying to pick it up. If you feel your quad turn on, you feel pressure in here, you're doing it right. The leg doesn't have to come off the ground. It eventually will once this gets stronger. Let's do 1 more. Pull up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax. Good. Let's shake that off. Okay, next leg. Roll up. And if you're struggling and you want it to come off the ground again, if you seat yourself up, it's probably a little bit easier to get off the ground. Okay? Let's turn. Let's switch legs. Okay? Again, compress. Slight internal rotation. Flex at the hip. Pick up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down. Hey, let's do it again. Up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. It's a different sensation when you have the flex at the hip. If you were to turn your leg out like this and try to pick up, it's a different sensation. We want to flex. Keep that leg inside your thigh here. Or sorry, inside your hip. Squeeze that quad, pick up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do 2 more. Compression. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Last one. Flex. Go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Relax. All right. Let's stand up. Let's end this. Let's see if we can get a deeper position, right? Start relaxed, start rolling yourself down, turn those quads on. Same feeling you had just had on the leg lifts, same feeling you're looking for when you're pulling yourself a little deeper, okay? Lock those legs out. Here, I'll turn the other way for this side. Lock those legs out. Let's roll down. Tuck your chin. Roll on down. My torso. Once you start feeling like you're getting stuck, turn that on. Okay, imagine doing the leg lift. Go ahead. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll back up. Nice and slow. That's 1. Each rep, try to gain a centimeter. You get there. Don't use any momentum. Use strength. Strength and range. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll back up. You'll find you have a lot more room if you just slight internal rotation. Everybody's so used to externally rotating. Let's try to stay level. Let's internally rotate. Roll yourself down. Pull yourself in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do 2 more. Nice and relaxed. Let's turn those quads on. Turn them on. Squeeze. Leg lift, both legs. Pull yourself in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll back up. Compression. Think of that pencil still in between your hip. Trying to squish it. Roll down. Pull it in. Compress, compress. Keep that. Imagine you're trying to hold a stick up in your thigh there. And pull. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll back up. Good job, guys. Well, that is the flexibility work for the 9 a.m. show, Fit Mix. We got Max coming up. 10:15, I believe. That's it for me. Thanks, guys.